Welcome in week 9. We are here. A lot of news clearly going on with Brian Robinson being out, Amari Cooper being out, Deontay Johnson, who I thought wouldn't actually get to touch the field, is going to get some snaps. So there's a plus there. But again, how that actually affects all the rest of the players, I don't think it's that great. DJ Shark was supposed to get his start today. That's not happening either. So there's a lot of news, but we'll gladly roll through that. Eckler, I didn't really move. I had him at my RB 18. I did move McNichols up to RB 25 because I do expect him to score a touchdown because that's what he does. He'll come in and just steal that from Eckler and it'll be perfectly fine. So getting that out of the way, that's kind of how I'm rolling with it. If you guys have the questions, now is your time to ask, but we will roll through it like usual. But those are the big ones that thought you would want to know the most about. Amari Cooper also is inactive / out today, so gives a slight boost to Shakir and Coleman. So both are good options. I mean, they were already pretty good options anyway, but don't think that affects them, especially since they are playing the Dolphins. So usually has a good matchup there, and I'm not too worried about it. All right. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Zeke doesn't matter. So, all right, Anthony. Chubb, Dowdle, or Waddle and flex. Again, kind of depends what you need here. I would go Chubb. I think it's a safer play. I think his usage has been solid. Waddle would be the next one because there's a lot of potential upside there. They will have to throw, but the Bills have been pretty good against the Dolphins overall, and Waddle's kind of been the one who's had some success over Hill. So definitely an option, but I'd rather go Chubb. All right, Bradley. Flowers or BTJ. Again, don't think you go wrong. I'm probably going to play Flowers. I know that Surtain's going to be on him somewhat, but he moves around a lot in the game scheme. I'm not too worried about it. I am more worried about BTJ potentially aggravating his injury and being out. They're going to test it, but if you can't wait for it and see, rather just go BT or Flowers and play it safe. Then for the streamer, that's tough. It's close between Stafford and Williams. I think Williams, I know he had a down week last week, but it should be another good matchup for him. He should have the opportunity. He's more likely to throw the touchdown. The issue for Stafford, again, is the fact that Kyron really likes to steal the touchdowns and make it an issue. So that's kind of why I'm more nervous on him. But overall, not too bad. All right, Brian, welcome in. Shakir or Mooney. Again, good matchup. The half PPR doesn't really affect either of them. Neither one of them are really big plays. I'd rather go Shakir just because of pure volume. So that's kind of where I'm leaning. I do expect the Falcons game to be higher scoring. So be interesting to see how that works out. Murray or Knicks. Again, Murray is riskier. I don't like that he has to run and score a touchdown for you to have a successful week, but he has been doing that consistently the past couple of weeks. I love Knicks' matchup because he's going to have to throw, but trusting a rookie against the Ravens who've looked pretty solid. Their secondary is horrible, but if they're not able to throw the ball, and they're definitely not going to be able to establish the run, so makes me a little more nervous. I'm rolling out Murray here, Wale. So, Daniel, welcome back. Pick 2. It's going to be Olave and Ridley for me. I know the matchup isn't great, but Mason Rudolph is under center again. Ridley continues to see 12-plus targets, and it's hard to believe anybody else is going to do that. They're going to have to move the ball, and that with Pollard being beat up, I also think that helps. So it's going to be Olave with Carback and Ridley. Ruben, good morning. All right, let's see. So I need 2 running backs. I'm going to go with Taylor and Chubb with Flacco under center. Taylor gets dump offs. Don't have to worry about anybody stealing the touchdowns. Again, I love Chubb's workload, and in a game that they should be able to dominate, I really don't think you go wrong. So if you want to play Jones, you're more than welcome to. All 3 of those running backs are really good options. I have them all in my top 20, so I'm not too worried about any of them. And then quarterback is going to be Darnold, Baker in the rain. I don't love also without Evans and Godwin. I don't love that either. So makes me a little more nervous. I know Baker's hard to sit at this point, but have to make sure it's there. Then pick 3, it's going to be Downs for sure, Ridley for sure. Then it gets iffy. I would probably play BTJ because there's a lot of upside. But if you want to play it safe, I'd go Tillman. So puts everybody right where you want them. All right, Justin. Need one. JSN, BTJ, McConkey. Again, all these are great options. I probably am going to chase the upside with BTJ. If you're worried about the injury, I would then step down and go McConkey. Again, they're going to have to throw. The Browns defense isn't super, but their secondary isn't super, is what I should say. But in any case, I do expect the Chargers to have to throw here. This is a game that they're usually set to lose, so more often than not, I'm going to roll out McConkey here. All right, Gonzalez. Let's see, BTJ or Shakir. Again, I have Shakir higher, but again, that's more because of the fact that I'm nervous on BTJ potentially getting re-injured. So I know I have BTJ still pretty high. It's just that injury does make me nervous. Like I have him at 24, so nothing too crazy, but still. All right, Matt. Dak or Knicks? Again, I just can't trust Dak. I know it's an ideal matchup. They should have to move the ball, but I'd rather go Knicks because he's still going to be able to create, and he's always looking to throw, which we really liked. We talked about it on Wednesday. So I'm still rolling out Knicks here. All right. Burrow, Geno, Stafford. Ugh. It's so tough because Burrow and Stafford are in the same kind of position. I think I go Burrow because I'm less worried about Brown stealing the passing touchdown, and because Higgins being out, Chase has the ability for the big play. So I'm probably going Burrow, but it's really close between those two. All right, Arfin, let's see. Need one. Of those, it's going to be Etienne. It's half. So yeah, I'm still leading Etienne. Etienne's going to see a lot of pass catching work, assuming he plays. If you're worried about him not playing, I would then go McNichols, because again, more likely he's going to score. So kind of gives you the boost that you need in a half point. Won't be used a whole lot in the passing game, but he will see some work there. All right, Francisco. It's going to be Laporta again. Love potentially in a horrible game. Dealing with injury, I don't love that. So rather just go Laporta and the blowout. Daniel, Tracy, or Eckler. I'm going Tracy. I just, again, more workload, less likely to have somebody vulture a touchdown from him. So I'd rather just play it safe and roll him out there. Redbeard, welcome back. Need 2. Taylor, Jones, Swift. Or do I play all 3? No, I'm not benching Olave with Carback. I would probably go Taylor and Jones, mostly because Arizona defense is just so iffy. I do think Swift will be fine, but the way they play, it's hard to decipher what they're going to focus on. And I would guess that they want to see Williams throw. So rather go Taylor and Jones there. Good morning, Rodney. All right, Ridley or Tillman? Again, like them both. I'm still going with the volume here and rolling out Ridley. Rudolph continues to look for him, so I think there's a lot of potential opportunity there. Otto, welcome in. Williams or Etienne. Again, tough matchup for Williams. So if it's any kind of PPR, I'm rolling out Etienne. If it's a standard, then I might roll out Williams, but yeah, that's a difficult one. S. Smith, welcome in. All right. Flowers, Coleman, Ridley, BTJ, JSN need 3. It's going to be Ridley, Coleman, and probably BTJ. If you're worried about the injury, then you can go back to Flowers or JSN. I'm not sure which one plays later. Felt like that was going to be JSN, but I'm not 100%. No, JSN plays at noon. But yeah, whoever plays later, you can probably roll them out there. Since we aren't 100% sure on BTJ. Yeah, JSN. All right, Teddy, pick one. 1 point, Xavier Legette or Coker. Yep, I like both of these options. Legette's probably the safer play. However, with the injury, makes me a little more nervous. I was high on both. I have them both in my top 36 because, again, not sure who's going to be, but this is a great time to pass. It's a good way to move the ball. And so with Young kind of just throwing it to whoever, I'm going to go leaning with Coker here and hope for the best. More upside for me. But completely understand if you want to play Leggett. Just can't do it myself. All right, Francisco. Jacobs or Brown? It's going to be Brown. Yeah. Well, it should be just fine then. Again, with Moss out, I think Brown has a lot of upside. So just rather roll that out there. And it's also a really good match for the running back. Jenny, welcome back. Worried about McMillan? Yes, rain sucks. Of them, I'm going to go Coker again. It's my struggle to trust Dak to do anything. So I'd rather just roll with it and hope for the best. All right, Dan. Let's see. Pick 2. McLaurin, Harrison, Olave, Ridley, Smith. It's probably, again, going to be Olave and Ridley. The volume is just so solid there. If you're worried or you're looking for the big play, I'd drop out Ridley and go for McLaurin because, again, that's what's more likely to happen. McLaurin's been on a pretty hot streak of getting a deep bomb since it's a half. Ridley kind of has been making plays in the past week. So it's a smaller sample size, more difficult to trust. What's up? All right, 14 deep flex. Again, because of the matchup, I really like Algier. If you're chasing the upside, you could probably go Hill, but I think Myers and Bowers are what's really boosting up the Raiders team. Lights out. Welcome in. All right, Otten, Ingram, or Laporta. Like all the options, I'm still probably so close between Otten and Ingram. I'm probably going to go Otten, but I wouldn't blame you if you want to go Ingram because you're worried about that's what the Chiefs trying to take away the tight end. They're just historically so far this year, they have not done well against a tight end. So, yeah, yo, mama, welcome in. You're playing it safe, go JSN. But you want the upside. Coleman's been really hot lately. Granted, that's been with Cooper on the field. So take that for what you want. It's just a lot of potential upside there. So I'd rather just roll with it and hope for the best. All right. Teddy, it's Coker, baby. Don't worry about it. But completely understand. It's, again, the reason I'm leaning Coker, again, he plays out of the slot, which I really like. My worry for Leggett is the injury and potential re-injury. That always makes me nervous of people coming back. All it takes is one bad hit or landing wrong, and they're going to be out, and that always terrifies me. So, all right, BZ. Dobbins or Brown? Yeah, I'm still rolling out Brown here. I don't trust Dobbins. Don't like the matchup against the Browns. Don't really like how he's been being used. I know he's had a decent amount of touches. It's just, again, I hate this matchup for him. All right, Chris. Dowd or Stevenson. I'm still probably here going with a guy who gets the volume and actually a team that runs the ball pretty much no matter what in Stevenson. So roll it out there. SW1. Welcome in. Chubb or Coleman. It's half PPR, so I'm going for a big play here. It's going to be Coleman. I like Chubb, but he hasn't really had any big weeks yet. He's seeing a decent amount of work, but I'd rather just go with Coleman and hope for the big play in an easy matchup. And then Hill or Otten. Again, depends on what you need. Otten's probably safer, but Hill has the upside. You never know when he's going to score those 2 touchdowns because they like to do that occasionally. But I'd rather go with what I know in Otten and trust it. All right, Anthony. Let's see here. Eckler or Ridley. Again, it's another volume play. I'm going Ridley. I expect him to be more likely the one to score the touchdown. Eckler, again, probably getting vultured by McNichols since they don't want to get him too beat up. So going Ridley, especially PPR, always helps. All right, little Wally. Let's see here. Flex. Ooh. It's probably more again based on being safe. If you're chasing the upside, go Leggett here. Again, it's another good matchup. The risk is there. That's part of my issue with Xavier is just there's a lot of risk around the injury and the fact that Bryce Young doesn't care. He's going to throw you the ball, and if you die, you die, kind of a thing. So makes me a little more nervous for him. All right, BZ, Kraft or Andrews. Again, don't think you go wrong. But I'm not trusting Kraft is my issue. Love being beat up. Kraft needing the big play, not seeing as many targets. I'd rather roll out Andrews, who's at least getting targets in the end zone and has been being used pretty consistently in that area. So rather roll out Andrews. All right, Randy. Let's see. More Eckler or Shakir. Don't think you go wrong. I just wish more was seeing more usage. The way they split it around makes me a little more nervous. So with the half PPR, Moore's more likely to have a big play. Makes me lean towards him. But if you're worried about that, go Shakir. Shakir's been seeing a decent amount of volume. It's that short area play. Just more iffy. So I'd rather still roll out more. It's just not the most ideal situation. Oh, what just popped up here? Ooh, Jonathan Brooks expected to make his NFL debut next week. So he's out this week in Germany. That's some nonsense. All right, Glitchy. Swift or Otten. Man, that stuff. It's PPR, it's going to be Otten. If it's half or standard, I'm going to go Swift. Rather just take the guaranteed touches. No, it's an ideal matchup for Otten, but them being iffy around it has made me a little more nervous on it. Daniel, welcome back. All right, need to. Chandler and Singletaries have. Oh my gosh. Of them, I am probably going to roll out Chestnut. They have to split some of the work. I'm just nervous about the health of Pollard, him coming in late. I don't love that. And so it's definitely more iffy for me. All right, Kay. Love it. All right. Full PPR. Pollard or Brown. Again, because of the injury, it's going to be Brown. I really love the matchup for Pollard, but him being beat up and potentially, up until today, they weren't even sure he was playing. That just makes me nervous. So I'd rather go Brown, who set to play, has a good matchup, should be able to score. Rather roll with that for sure. All right, Anthony, Baker, Dak. This is where it becomes an issue. I think I roll out Dak here. I know Mayfield has been doing well, but the weather isn't ideal. I don't love the matchup for him. Also, without weapons, again, I'm going to reiterate that because it's very important. It just terrifies me. So, rather not worry about it. All right, Alexander. Let's see. Coleman or BTJ? Again, they're similar. BTJ is probably going to see more volume. So if you trust him to stay in for the entirety of the game, I'd go BTJ. But they also haven't ruled him out yet. So again, more of an issue there. Rather just wait and see and play Coleman. Completely understand that, but hard to separate either one of those two. All right, Daniel. Tracy or Eckler. Again, because of the fact that he will see majority of the work, it's going to be Tracy. Also, he just looks more explosive and has, as a younger player, continues to really shine. So rather roll him out there and hope for the best. Dr. Squatch, welcome. Yeah, that's rough. Because of the matchup, I'm probably going to go Charbonnet here. Expect him to have some decent usage. Actually have him in flex range already, so works out pretty nicely for you if that's where you have to go. All right. My gosh, glitchy. I still think I'm rolling out Siebert here. Let me double check. See, you made me have to go back and pull up my ranker. Yeah, I have Siebert ahead by 2 spots. All right, Royce. Let's see. Questionable bucking Irby against Chiefs. I'm playing Hawk either way. Chiefs actually been pretty good again as just a whole defense and limiting the run. So I'd rather roll out Hawkinson in a game that theoretically, hopefully, will be a higher scoring one. And Hawkinson getting his first use will get sprinkled in, and I would expect them to try and see how he looks and get him some touches. So rather just roll Hawkinson here. All right, Otto. Any kind of PPR, it's Etienne. If it's a standard, then I'd go Javante. I'm terrified of Chuba this week. It's not an ideal situation for him. John, welcome. Mahomes or Cousins. It's hard to trust Mahomes. Go back to the Wednesday show. Check it out. I kind of broke down why I'm terrified of him, hoping that might give him a boost, but it's going to be Cousins for me. Josh. Okay, so that's Brian Robinson. So on my flex, you need Flowers, D-Hopper, Ingram. I'm going to go Flowers. If you're worried about the matchup with Surtain, that's understandable, but still think there you end up then going to Ingram. And living in Kansas, weather sucks right now. So it's raining pretty good, has some solid wind recently. So that's going to be tougher than playing. And they said it's going to last for like 3 or 4 more days. So, all right, Taj. Myers or Flowers. Again, depends on how you want to play. I think Myers has a pretty good matchup. He's safer for sure, but it's just hard to get away from Flowers with how well he's been playing. I have them separated by 6 spots with Myers behind him. So, yeah, yo mama. All right, Murray, Caleb Williams, Geno Smith, Cousins, or Darnold. I honestly don't think you go wrong here. Of them, it's close between Cousins and Darnold. Darnold's probably the safer options. It's just difficult to trust Cousins at all. So he's played so inconsistently. However, there is an ideal matchup for him. There's a lot of potential upside there. I literally have him back-to-back at 6 and 7. So those are the 2 I'd be between. Depends on what you want. All right, Aaron. Need a flex. Waddle, Ramondre, or Dobbins. I'm playing it safe and going Ramondre. Think that he has good matchup. The way they use him has a good workload. The one I trust most to touch the ball here 15 plus times is Ramondre. So rather roll that out there and hope for the best. Joey, Otner, McBride. Again, don't think you go wrong, but because I do think they do try and focus on taking Otton out of the game, I'd go McBride. And then I'm going to go Devontae Smith and Coleman. All right, Cam Bam. It's going to be woof. I don't like either of these options. I'm going to go Geno Smith, mostly because I expect the Lions to really handle Love, the potential injury there too. So rather just go Geno and hope for the best against the Rams. All right, Jordan. Dodar Eckler. It again, if it's PPR of any kind, it's going to be Eckler. Even I'm pretty sure that Eckler's probably outscored Dowdle every week that he's been active. So it's just hard for me to trust Dowdle with the fact that Falcons are an okay defense. I don't love that the Cowboys haven't had an established runner or been giving the opportunity of 15 plus touches to that running back. And so I'd rather just roll Eckler in any kind of PPR since it'll be used there. You need the touchdown, is more likely going to be Dowdle, but I don't really want to trust that either. So rough week. Ash the Panda, welcome. Go and play it safe and go Ferguson here, just because we've seen him. Going to probably take a little bit for Hawk to knock the rust off, rather just wait and see on him. 30 minutes already. Woo! We're getting close to game time. Oh, man. All right. God. It's been rough this week. All these injuries have been brutal. All right, Ash the Panda, here we go. Need to. Dobbins, Pittman, Tillman, Moore, Waddle, Irving. It's probably for sure going to be Tillman for me. And then Moore's probably pretty safe just because of how they've been using him. If you want more upside, hit Pittman. All right, Daniel. 2. Okay. It's going to be probably Downs and Tracy. Then half PPR, Eckler, Tracy. It's going to be Tracy because of the full workload. Half PPR, McMillan, Slayton, Michael Wilson, Christian Watson. Of those, I'm guessing you only need one. I'd go probably Michael Wilson, the way they've kind of been using him as a tight end in the short area. Carr Stafford, I'm going to go Carr. Great matchup for him to come back to. Half PPR, Laporta, Shakir, Wandale. There, I'm going to go Shakir. Laporta's probably fine, but I'd rather just go with the guy I know is going to see a decent amount of targets than Shakir. So there you go, Ward. Got you done. Harfin, Etienne, or Pollard. Oh, man, the half is what hurts me. I still think I roll Etienne. If you're worried about him not playing, which completely reasonable at this point, go play Pollard. Again, matchup is there. I'm just, again, more worried about him re-injuring or getting knocked out of that game. Okay, Justin, need 2. Mooney, Waddle, Otten, Leggett, Robinson. It's probably going to be Mooney. Nope. I'm going to go Leggett and Otten. I'm worried about Otten, but it's close with Mooney. All right, Chris. Laporta, Allen, Johnson. Well, Deontay Johnson's only supposed to play 15 snaps, so I'm going to go Allen here, and then Flowers, Myers, McConkey. I'll get to pick 2. I have McConkey and Flowers higher, with Myers just slightly behind. If you're worried about Flowers, go play Myers. He'll be fine. I don't think the point differential is that big. Ash, Ferguson, or Hawk. Again, going to knock off the rust. I think I still lean Ferguson here. Tony, you made it back. Good morning. PPR flex. More. I love all these options. It really looks like you need to start making some trades to make it an easier pick. I am probably going to go with Tillman to play it safe. If you're chasing the upside, you can go more. It's just that inconsistency has been nerve-wracking for me as watching the Bears. So going Tillman. Josh, you made it back. All right. Pick 2, BTJ, Tillman, Pittman, or Hopkins. It's going to be probably Tillman and BTJ. Again, don't think you go wrong with any of these. I want to see Hopkins do something first. And then Pittman with Flacco is also decent flex. I just have BTJ and Tillman higher right now. Okay, yeah. It's funny how that works out. All good. Arfin, let's see. I need 3 out of Walker, Achane, Connor, Brown, or Bigsby. It's going to be Brown, Achane, golly. Then we come to Pickle. I think you probably go Walker, but it's honestly, if it's PPR, I go Connor. Otherwise, it's Walker. Since there's not a scoring format there. All right, Ash. Let's see. Cincinnati or Denver. Oh, man. I still think that I'm going to go the Bengals here. I just am so nervous about that matchup overall for the Broncos. They've been playing so well, but rather just play it safe and go the Bengals. Literally have them at 9 and 10. So, all right, Daniel. Laporta or Kraft? It's going to be Laporta. Just can't trust Kraft for me. More likely means he's going to have a long touchdown today. All right, Justin. Kareem Hunt or Chase Brown? It's PPR, so I'm going to go Hunt. With the rain, I think it actually benefits him quite a bit. But again, don't think you go wrong with either of these options. So good place to be in. Ryan, welcome back in. Let's see. Full Worthy, McMillan, or Watson. It's going to be. Don't like any of it. I think I go McMillan just because of the fact that he's seen more targets than the other ones. I mean, and his limited workload. So I'd rather take the person that I know is going to at least see the targets to be an issue. All right. Lights out. Otten, Ingram, or Laporta. Again, don't think you go wrong. I'm still probably rolling out Otten, but if you're worried about the Chiefs trying to stop him, then I'd go Ingram. Loved how the tight ends were being used. They used both Strange and Ingram last week. So they need something else, and that seemed to work, especially with Kirk out. All right, Benny. Downs or more? It's downs. I just trust Flacco to get him the ball more, and at this point, it's difficult to get away from. Looking too good. Nope. Enar, of them, it's iffy. I'd probably go Hawkinson just because I'm curious to see how they use him. Kincaid, we kind of know what it is. If he doesn't score a touchdown, you're in trouble. And I think this matchup doesn't really suit Kincaid super well. So rather see what Hawkinson has this week. All right, Daniel. Let's see. Pick 2, MSJ, Connor, Downs, Ridley, JSN. It's going to be Downs and probably Ridley. It's close with JSN. JSN played pretty good last week. Saw a decent amount of targets. Was able to move the ball. But it's just difficult to get away from somebody who's seeing as many targets as Ridley is. All right, big Portuguese. Westbrook or Moore. If it's PPR, you're probably going Moore. However, Westbrook has been useful. Looks like he saw a good amount of snaps last week. So could be interesting to see how that ends up working out. But I still trust Moore right now. I need a more sample size from Westbrook to have any idea of where he's going. Daniel, man, you're good. It's going to be Hunt and full PPR. I'm probably going to go Hunt and McLaurin here. Again, I think there's a lot of upside from McLaurin. If you're worried about it, you could play Eckler. I just don't think he's as likely to score a touchdown. I think McLaurin has that opportunity. So I think that makes it a little safer. All right, Ryan. Achane, Hunt, Smith, MHJ. It's going to be Achane and Hunt. Again, Eagles should be able to do whatever they want. I'm just worried that Barkley kind of eats here again. Him and AJ Brown should be able to demolish this team. So, yeah. All right, George. Zach Ertz or Cole Kmet? I'm going to go Ertz. Again, matchup isn't ideal, but they're going to have to move the ball. So I'm going to lean on Ertz and what I've seen so far with him. Morning, John. Let's see. Devontae Smith or Josh Downs. I'm going to go Downs. Again, I just trust him so much more than Smith. Smith is really, I know it's been kind of consistent, but with Flacco under center, Downs is about to have a big boost and should see 8+ targets, and that will put you in a pretty good mark because he usually gets 10+ yards. So, all right, Justin. Hunt or Brown? Because it's PPR, I'm going to go Hunt. But again, don't think you go wrong here. Have them both pretty close. All right, Daniel. Ingram, Dowdle, BTJ, Wandale, or Rashad White. Probably play it safe and go White here. If you want to chase the upside, it's going to be BTJ. Easy peasy. Beardsley, welcome in. Having a coup in the late slot. No, I'd play Puka. After that BS that they pulled last week, I'm sure Puka's going to play. So, rather roll with it. All right, Brent, Chubb, Tracy, Tillman, Moore. Probably going to go Tillman. If you want to play it a little safer, you can play Tracy. Should be pretty consistent. Has an okay matchup. They use him in the passing game. All right, Martin. Love Williams and start Pollard. Probably starting Pollard, and then I'm going to play Caleb. I don't like Williams or Love's matchup or health right now. Preston, welcome back. All right, Baker, Bo Nix. Kind of touched on this earlier. I'm nervous on Baker, so I'd rather go Nix. It's a good matchup in the secondary. Nix is going to have to throw. Then pick 2, Hunt, Moore, McConkey, BTJ. I'm probably going to go Hunt and Moore. If you're worried about how Moore's been playing, go McConkey. It's much safer, but I think there's more upside for Moore. Full PPR, Njoku or Otten. Going to roll out on Njoku, seeing a lot of targets. Worried that Chiefs try and take away Otten. So, and then flex Downs, Hunt, and one of the 2 tight ends above. Definitely flexing Downs. So, there you go. Easy. All right. Ridley, Sutton, JSN. Again, like all these options, but going on pure volume and trust, and it's going to be Ridley and JSN. The Sutton thing makes me nervous because that 1 week he disappeared. I didn't like that. So, rather just go Ridley and JSN here. All right, Ryan. Well, Juju's out, so doubt that happens. If you want to play Tracy, maybe, but again, he's dealing with an injury. I'd rather just go Puka. I'm not too worried about him being questionable. I expect him to play because he played last week, but the same injury. So, all right, straight cash. Let's see. Williams or Waddle. Probably going to go Waddle just because he offers more upside. The matchup really sucks for Javonte, and they won't ever commit to just one running back. So, rather not mess with it. All right, little Jay, let's see. Joker Otten. Again, I'm probably still going in Njoku, but it's tough. I just expect the Chargers-Browns game to be potentially higher scoring than the Chiefs game. All right. 26, you made it back. 2 in PPR. Waddle, Reed, Coleman, Tillman. It's going to be the last 2. It's going to be Coleman and Tillman. A lot of upside there. Trust them more. Seeing a lot of targets. Rather take the volume than the uncertainty of Reed or Waddle with the big play and needing a touchdown. All right, Dell. Pick 2. Downs, McConkey, Sutton, Waddle, Chase Brown. It's going to be Downs and Chase Brown. It's close with McConkey. If it was full PPR, I'd probably go McConkey, but since it's half, I'll go Brown. Robert, welcome in. I'm guessing that's Myers or MHA, so I'm going to go Myers. I got 3 cards. I'm worried about Chicago stopping 1, if not all. The one I'd be most worried about is Connor, but it's just hard to trust that. So Marvin terrifies me because of how they've been using him. They've been using him on the outside, and it's been late in games and for big plays. They aren't really building anything up. He got really lucky last week, in my opinion, because they got out in front and were able to just kind of wait for things to develop. So I'd rather go play it safe and play Jacoby since I know his volume is going to be solid. All right, Mike, Kincaid or Hunter Henry. Still probably going Henry with Maybach. Don't think it's an issue, and I don't love the matchup this week for Kincaid. Yeah. I see the who cares about kickers, but people do. All right, Martin. Reed or Shakir. Again, going with the person I actually trust, and Shakir. Love the talent to Reed, but with Love being questionable and his weird usage, I'd rather just go with the thing I know. Double I know. All right, Superfly. Kraft or Hill. Again, depends what you want. I'd rather chase the upside here and go with Hill because Kraft terrifies me. Hill could be anything. Could even be a boat. All right, Jordan. Hawk or Otten. Going to go play safe here and go Otten. All right, Royce. Cook or Kareem Hunt. Here's where it gets interesting. I have them both rated fairly highly. I'm pretty sure that, yeah. I have Cook at my running back 3. So it's going to be Cook, and I have Kareem Hunt at my RB 12. Congrats on having them both because this is a good week for both of them. All right, John. Pollard, White, Javonte Williams, standard. Oh, that hurts White so bad. Because of that, I'm probably going to go Pollard. Yeah. Okay, David. Full people. I need to. Going to go. I'm assuming that's Chase Brown. I still think I'm gonna go Ridley and Tracy. More upside for both of them. If you're worried about Tracy's usage, you could probably go to Brown. I again don't think you make a wrong choice here, but full PPR, I'm definitely playing Ridley. His targets have been insane. Sterl, it's going to be Tracy for me. I don't trust JK. Browns have been a solid defense, and so the usage of Dobbins hasn't really instilled any faith in me. So I'd rather go with the guy who looks good, is explosive, and has a decent matchup in Tracy. Slim Reaper, happy Sunday. Love the pick. All right, Cedric Tillman or Myers. I'm probably going to play it safe here and go Myers again. Tillman looked fine. It's a decent matchup. It's just, again, Myers, I love the opportunity. They have Bowers there to take any kind of coverage off of him, and it's a good matchup. 15 minutes. All right, Ashley. Moore or Reed? I don't trust Reed, so I'd go Moore here. Make it easy on me. Appreciate it. Pollard Swift. It's going to be probably Pollard. I'm nervous about his health, but I don't love Swift's matchup this week. So Druber, start one. Chubb, McConkey. It's going to be McConkey in any kind of PPR. Otherwise, it's Chubb in standard. Husway. All right. Achan, Gibbs, Eckler. Pick two. It's going to be Gibbs and Achan. Not even worried about Eckler. Again, more scoring for both those. Andrew, roll with Ingram and fire up Hawk. Rather go Ingram. Have to see what Hawkinson does. See if he remembers how to play football. It's been a year, so trust Baker, go to it, or pick up a QB from waiver. I would pick up a QB from waiver and probably go Stafford, but if you want to, I'm fine playing Baker this week. If you don't want to have to drop anybody. Miss Corey. All right, Mooney or DJ Moore. Again, like them both. I still think I go Moore just because of more upside. Mooney's probably a safer play in a game that should be able to get out of control. So Ian, Keanu McConkey. Because it's half, I expect there to be bigger plays for Coleman, and he's more likely to score. So I'm leaning Coleman this week. Sterl, JK, or Tyrone. It's going to be Tracy. Again, don't trust J.K. Dobbins and how they've been using him. Who is the odd man out, Andrew? Let's see. Guessing that's Tyreek, not Reed. If it is Tyreek, I'm probably sitting him. Otherwise, I'm going to sit Cup. Metal Nate. It's going to be Darnold for me. It's close with Cousins, but again, I don't think you go wrong with those two. I literally have them back to back. So Mooney or Schmidt. Whoops. Regular Mooney or Downs, my bad. It's going to be Downs and then Cousins or Murray. It's going to be Cousins. I just trust him more to get things done. All right, VZ, Rome or Quentin Johnston. Johnston, just because he's back and Shark's out. That team's going to have to throw, so he's been decent. All right, Kyle, Dobbins, Taylor, Hubbard, pick two. It's going to be Dobbins, Taylor. Hubbard scares me with the fact that Young's under center and has been using standards in the passing game. So rather go the two that I know it's going to touch the ball more. Tony, Kincaid, and Kraft. Just saw Hill on the wire. If you're looking for upside, I'd much rather play Hill over Kraft, but they're all really a dice roll at this point. You're hoping that one of them gets the end zone. Of them, I think Hill has the highest opportunity because of how they use him in that offense, but completely, like I said, spin the wheel. Come back on Wednesday and spin the wheel with us. All right, Ryan. Need two. Jessen, Moore, Flowers, Tracy. That's tough. I'm probably going to go JSN and Flowers. If you want the upside, you can go more over JSN. PPR, it's safer to take the numbers that JSN's been seeing, especially with DK out. Jake, is BTJ going to play? More than likely. I know if you're worried about it, go play Shakir. I think he'll be fine. It's just they need a wide receiver out there, and BTJ was trending the right way. So, yeah, I have Shakir over him either way. So, all right, Fins. Need some help on this one. Addison or Eckler? Go and play it safe and go Eckler there. Great, Jay. Carr or Jordan Love? It's going to be Carr. Terrified of Jordan Love this week. Great matchup for Carr. All right, Ari. Hey. MHA or Cedric Tillman? It's going to be Tillman. And then Ertz or Ferguson is going to be... probably going to go Ferguson here because they have to use him this week. It's just hard because Ertz been playing so well. Extremely difficult. If you are looking for a streamer this week at tight end, goes Gesicki with Higgins out again. I think that's a pretty safe bet. 10 minutes. All right, G-turn. 2, Hubbard, Montgomery, Jacobs. It's going to be Montgomery and Jacobs. I am terrified of Hubbard. All right, Brian. Aubrey or Siebert. I'm pretty sure I have Siebert higher. Let me double check. Nope, just kidding. I have Aubrey higher. All right, Dr. Nelson, Laporta or Henry. Probably still going to go Laporta. Again, they should be able to do whatever they want. Laporta has been seeing some decent targets and getting in the end zone, which matters. So, rather roll it out there and hope for the best. Katrina, not sure. Depends on how you pronounce it. Laporta or Hawk. Again, I have to see Hawkinson play, so I'm going to roll out Laporta as much as that terrifies me. All right, Daniel. Pick 2. Pittman, JSN, Sutton. Going to go JSN for sure, and then probably Sutton for upside. Bronx, you made it back. It's full PPR. I'm taking the wide receiver here and Ridley. Think there's a lot of opportunity. Brown's going to be just fine, but I have Ridley higher. All right, Brian. MHA, Moore, BTJ. It's going to be more in Brian Thomas Jr. I'm, like I've been saying, terrified of Marvin Harrison. Carr or Love. It's going to be Carr. All right, Preston. Need 2. Okay, I'd go BTJ and Downs. Full PPR. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to go BTJ and Downs and then roll out Lockett if you need to. All right, Sterl. It's going to be Tracy. Makes it easy. Oh. Tony, full PPR, flex 1, Coker, Andrews. Because PPR, the matchup's better for Coker. There's a lot of upside. I know it's difficult to get away from Andrews. Been on a TD hot streak. All right, S. Smith. Let's see. Sutton, Tillman, BTJ, Etienne. Because you have the other option, I'm going to go BTJ and Tillman. If BTJ is out, I'd go Etienne. But again, it's difficult to trust it. So rather just go with my 2 wide receivers there. All right, Ivan, start 2, sit 4. Okay, easier to start the 2. And I'm going to go with Flowers and Coker. Tamara, you made it back. All right, Likely or Tillman. I'm going to go Tillman. I don't like how Likely it's been being used. Morning, Polo. Glad he can make it. Goff or Cousins. I like them both. I'm pretty sure I have Cousins higher because I expect him to actually have to throw touchdowns. And that is indeed the case by 2 spots. What's up, Gage, Bucky, or Mostert? Because of the matchup, I don't really like either of them. I'm probably going to go Bucky just because of how he's been used slightly more. So, great, Jay. Kincaid or Deontay Johnson? That's tough. I'm probably going to go Deontay just to see what they do in the 15 snaps. I'd expect them to target him while he's out there. So, makes it pretty easy. Abram, Eckler, go him or White, half PPR. Again, don't love either of these. I'd probably go, because it's half. If it was full, I'd probably go White. I still am going White because I expect him to probably score. Eckler's been more or less struggling when it comes to the scoring factor because they've been using Robinson and McNichols in the goal line, red zone area. So go white. All right, John, need 2 RBs. 1, so I need 4. Okay. We're going to go Achane, Brown, Downs. And then I'm probably going to go Pollard too. Yeah. I think that's how I'll roll it out. Yeah. Fine doing that or going getting Gesicki. All right, Snide. Baker or Love. Again, that's tough. I'm probably going to go Baker just because I've seen more out of him and he doesn't have an injury. All right, John. Reed or McConkey. I'm probably going to go McConkey. Again, trust it more, like how they've been using him. And Johnson's back. Should open it up a little more for him, too. Xavier, you made it. Chase Brown or White. It's not PPR, so I'm going Brown. Makes it easy. Frosty, glad you can make it back. Choose 2. Hunt, Reed, Harrison Jr. That's when I go Hunt and Harrison Jr. Woo, 5 minutes. Barely. Guys are getting close. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe. We have all this full lineup of shows. We also have this Discord that's pretty awesome. All right, Matthew. Go Johnson there. Think there's an opportunity. Trust him a little more. Jason, need 2. It's going to be Moore and Eckler. Make it easy for you. Sturl, keep trying. If it's PPR, it's Tracy. If it's half or standard, it's Nick. Cody, TJ Moore, Puka. It's probably still going to be Puka. Like, keep throwing in the ball. All right, John, McConkey or Dobbins. It's going to be McConkey. More big plays. NJ, welcome. Broncos, Lions, or Eagles. That one's tough. I'm probably going to go Lions to play it safe. We've been decent. Hate the matchup for the other ones. Cody, Achane or Monty. I'm going to go still Achane just because of the explosibility there. If it's any kind of PPR. If it's standard, I'll go Monty because I expect him to score. Joel. If it's PPR, it's going to be Downs. If it's standard, I'd probably go Nakua because I expect him to score again. Yep. Love that for your quarterback. All right, Tommy. It's going to be Flowers. Man, it's brutal for Bigsby this week. Not the ideal matchup. Full PPR. Ooh, it's going to be Tillman in full PPR. I think it's just a safer play. All right, Max. Flowers or Pittman. It's going to be Flowers. Most are Algier. I'm going to go Algier. No moisture today. Laporta, Kodik. Still Laporta. Coleman, Flowers, or Myers. If it's it's going to be Flowers. If you're worried about his coverage, go Myers. All right, Royce, JSN, or Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going to go BTJ. I know it's nerve-wracking, but really like how he's been being used. All right, Juan. Dalton or Mark Andrews. Dalton? Oh, Kincaid, maybe? I'm going to go Andrews. Again, seeing red zone targets is important there. Mark, Leggett, or Bucky. It's going to be Xavier. No, he's beat up, but still. Kodik, still Laporta. Puka, DJ Moore. That one's tougher. Still probably going Puka, but it's more likely to score. What's up, Nibs? McMillan or Dunze? Probably going to go McMillan just because I have to see Odunze be used again. All right, William, you made it in just at the end. I'm going to go Njoku of those two. Njoku. Achane or Monty. PPR, it's Achane. Half or standard is Monty. Well, Madison. It's going to be Madison. Just take the safe floor there. John, Smith, or Swift. Probably chasing upside there and going Smith. Need 3. Sutton, Odunze, Chubb, Waddle. It's going to be Sutton, Chubb, and Addison. Waddle's pretty close, but Eric, Ponix, or Flacco, Stafford. I'm going to go Knicks for upside. If you're worried about that, play Stafford. It's a safer matchup for him. All right. Need 2. Winston or May. Tua. It's going to be Winston and May. Tua's just been brutal against the Bills. Kyle, Pitts, or Njoku. It's going to be Njoku. McMillan or Etienne. It's going to be Etienne. And then probably Knicks. Bucky or Etienne. It's going to be Etienne in any kind of PPR. Otherwise, you go Bucky. Hunt, Javante, or Laporta. It's going to be Hunt. Puka or Downs. PPR, it's Downs. Otherwise, you're looking at Puka. It's just hard to sit him. Sorry about that, everybody. Tamara, good luck. Woo! We made it. If you guys haven't already, please like and subscribe, of course. Back tomorrow for The Wire. Back Wednesday for Roster of the People. And then, of course, we have Thursday night. I'll be back answering Start Sit. Friday, we have Locked In. And then finally, the show on Sundays. I appreciate y'all. Good luck in week 9. And remember, as always, keep up the nonsense. See you guys, and good luck.